Hi everybody, I think I'm live. Welcome to DIY Dream Weddings UK. I'm Kim and I've come to show you how to make some lovely butterflies for to decorate your bouquet. This is the heart shape wedding bouquet that I created on a recent video here on my channel, and I make all bouquets from scratch on my channel. So um, yeah, this bouquet is made from absolute scratch. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that over so you can see what we've done here. So this is all done on the videos on my channel. So if you want to have a look at that, you're welcome to. And that is in the heart-shaped wedding bouquet playlist. Okay, so I'm just gonna I'm not going away, don't worry. I'm just gonna just see how I'm live on here and how everything is. So I like to do that by setting up my other device over here. So if you can bear with me, I'm just going to see if I'm actually live and how it all looks. Okay, and if we've got the sound on here or not. Yeah, we have. Okay, because sometimes I go on and it's not quite the way I want it to be. I think this is okay. This seems to be okay. I'm just going to turn my device around and see. Yeah, I think that is just how I want it to be. Okay, let me know if you've got any problems at all. And if I don't sort it out on this live, I'll do it on the next one. I find that if I carry on recording, then afterwards, when it's processed, I can see more of what's going on. Okay, so unless it's really bad, I normally just carry on. I have come off before when it's been really bad. So anyway, so I've got this lovely material on the back here and this lovely edge around here and all these felt flowers um, here like this, so stuck on here. So this is all done by hand. So what I wanted to do today is I haven't actually included how to make these butterflies on the video, and I said that I would. So I thought what I would do in this live is show you how to make these butterflies, and these you can do freehand. And the smaller one I did freehand this butterfly, but this one I cut out from basically I cut these butterflies out from my die machine, and I made this template by using the negative. Um, so let me just show you what I mean. When I'd cut out those butterflies, you've got these negatives, and I made a template up from these negatives. Okay, so I hope that explains it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how I'm going to make these lovely butterflies, like I said. So I've got some craft foam. These were made from craft foam, and I've bought some lovely white craft foam and some nice pink craft foam as well that I can use for this project. And this is, I'll tell you, actually I can tell you now how much this was. So I bought a bundle of six pieces of craft foam from Hobbycraft, and they were, I think these were £2. Okay, but I do have a video, and it's a bargains and buys video, which does tell you how much these were. Okay, so yeah, so you can have a look back at that if you want to. Okay, so 6 sheets in here. Okay, it's just ordinary craft foam. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this. I'm going to take a sheet of that out of there, and I'm going to use that to make the butterflies out. So these individual sheets, I'm quite sure are 60p each in Hobbycraft, so you can buy them for 60p as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna draw out. Actually, I don't need to draw it out on there. We need a small one for this. We need a small one and a big one. So the small one on. Actually, let's start with a smaller butterfly. The smaller butterfly, I'm just looking at what I've done, is done with this smaller template. Okay, so what I've done with that is I've just drawn round my butterfly, and I actually did freehand the little hearts on the wings. Okay, so if I just cut this out, you'll be able to see what I mean. So how I've done that. So I actually did. So I'm going to do a template. I'm going to make a template up while I'm on here so you can see how it's done. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out. Yeah, so what I've done there is I've just marked out the craft foam with a wooden skewer, but you can use a cocktail stick, anything that's pointed that you can indent this foam with, so you can make a lovely little line on that you can follow when you cut it out. And I do it like this because you can't, once you've cut it out, there's no pencil marks or anything after that. So it's a lot better if you don't have like the pencil marks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some card. Look at me, I'm so well prepared. I'm so well prepared, not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece of card. So it doesn't really matter what card you use for your template, it really doesn't. So, and I'm going to just do a little bit of practice freehand to do these butterflies. They're basically, but there's a heart here that I'm going to recreate in the middle here, so we've got to make that quite big, but I'm going to experiment with the size that I'm going to draw out here. So I always forget to say it, but if you do come on, just say hi and let me know you're here, and let me know perhaps where you're watching from. That would be nice. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out. And I don't know if this is the right size for what I want. If it's not, I'll just do it a bit bigger. So this is how I do my templates. I just do them freehand. That's how I do them. And so I'll just cut that out. I think I did make one up, but I don't know if I did. So, okay, that isn't bad. Isn't a bad fit, actually. That's not bad. So, yeah, I'm sorry, it's a bit small. I'll have to zoom in on that. Hold on. Let me just cut that around a bit more. I could do with that yeah, I think that will work. So that's what I've done. I've just made a little heart. We could make that bigger. Let's just zoom in a little bit more there so you can see a bit more what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just having a look to see, because this is quite small, isn't it? How far I can zoom in on this. So we could do that bigger. We could try it. Should we try doing it a bit bigger? Let's do that a little tiny bit, that heart a little bit bigger, and see if we do it bigger, how that will work. Because the one I've got there, it's kind of a little bit, just cutting this out, people. So I'm kind of winging this today a little bit. That's it. Okay, I always wing things. So you can wing it, get it? Butterfly, wing it. Sorry. It's about as good as my jokes get, people. It really is. So we could do that way, or we can do it that way. I think so. You can have a bigger one or a smaller one. So when you're making these bouquets up, what's lovely is you can decide what you want. And that's why I'm doing this, so you can decide what you want to have for your wedding day. So I'm going to actually use this bigger one because it's easier for you to see. That's the only reason. You can have a small or a big one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw that out onto my white craft foam. Okay, and just making sure there's no sticky labels on here. They tend to put sticky labels on everything in hobbycraft, and then you end up with not being able to use some of your materials, which I really don't like. So I'm just going to draw around this. Okay, I'm going to do 2 of these because I want one for each wing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. So yeah, cocktail stick, anything pointed that you can indent your foam with. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just um, cut that out. Okay, yeah, just going to follow that line round that I've just indented. Okay, and cut that out, and then I'm going to stick that on basically, so we can have it whatever way we want. I just like to say to you while I'm on here, normally I come on and I do a prototype live. So I do a prototype for the next project, but I have actually already, so there we go, that's your hearts. So I have actually already done that a while ago now. So if you have a look back on the lives, okay, I don't know if that might work. I think that will work. We could do it like that. We can cut that in if we want. So that is kind of like what we're going to end up with. So I'm not sure. Could be a little bit more. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? That's nice. What you could also do is you could put another, I might do that. You could put another one on there like that, which is very similar to the other one. So another smaller heart. So yeah, I'm just going to glue these on. And like I said, yeah, I just going to put some, I'm going to use hot glue to glue that on there. Okay, and I like to bend these butterflies inwards a little bit, which is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking I really want to be able to, you want to be able to put it down on your bouquet and bend your wings out on your butterfly. Well, that's what I like to do. You might want yours flat, but that's what I'm going to do with mine. Okay. And what I was thinking of doing was putting them around the edge of the bouquet. I want to do some smaller one inside. I want to do a smaller heart inside there. But you can see, so if I bring this back, what I need to do is, if I bring this back, just 1 second. So if I just zoom out a bit, you can see what I was trying to recreate there. So that's quite similar to that. I didn't have a template for this heart, so I had to do it again. But the best idea is to actually create a template so all of your butterflies are the same when you put them on. Okay, so I was thinking of putting them in between these ones. That's what my idea was. Okay, to put them in between these butterflies. I didn't want to put any on the back because I really like this material and the way that you've got these images on here, and I didn't want to cover them up. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do there with that. So I think I might actually, I'm not sure what to do, so I'm going to actually this is a bit creative for me because I'm going to draw out some smaller hearts as well. Try to keep those hearts so I don't lose them. I think I lost some of the other ones because they were so small. So let's come in a bit more again. Okay, and I'm just going to draw some of these little ones. I'll do a couple of these small ones. Okay, yeah, so I normally do a video on a prototype, and like I said, I've already done that, and that is in one of my lives, on one of my live videos. And what I'm going to do next, what I'm planning on doing next for the next videos, tutorials for your bouquets, is I'm going to do a fold down heart-shaped wedding bouquet. That's the next one. So if you have a look for that on the lives, then you'll be able to see what I'm going to create next. Okay, so I create lots of different bespoke bouquets on this channel. Different things for your wedding day, offbeat bouquets for your wedding day. Okay, so these I created myself, these little, they're all my designs, and if they're slightly inspired by anybody, I'll always let you know who that is. Okay, but all of these on here are my designs. Okay, so this, so you could do it like that as well. I'm not sure. What do you think? Like that or like that? Let me know. Would you like to see two hearts on here like this? Or would you like just to have it like that? With the pink hearts or without? Okay, let me know. With or without? With pink or without? With the pink hearts or without? So I'm going to leave that. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next one. So the next one is a bigger butterfly. Okay, so let me know what you think about that, and I'll do it if I see any answers on there. Otherwise, I'll decide myself. Okay, so and it's a pink one underneath again. So I'm going to use this bigger template that I've made up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw around this. Okay, and yeah, so I actually finished that heart-shaped wedding bouquet that I showed you on my last videos. And what I thought was I would come on here and show you how to do how to make up how to make up some more decorations for it, or maybe you might want to use these just for decorating another bouquet that you're making, or something else entirely, something else entirely different. Okay, so yeah, this is craft foam I'm using. This is a pink craft foam. You can do so much with this, you really can. It doesn't have to be special kind of foam to make flowers and stuff with. So you can make flowers and all sorts of things with this material. Okay, you really can. So right, so I'm just going to, that's that. So then what we want to do is we want to cut out a smaller one with on the white foam. Okay, am I too far away again, or am I all right? Let me know if I'm too far away and I'll zoom in. Okay, so I'm looking at the other device at the moment. It doesn't look too bad. Okay, so I'm just going to draw around that one and cut that one out. Just lovely little butterflies. I've got this thing about butterflies, everyone. I really have. I've got this I love butterflies. I think that they're like a symbol of freedom. That's what I think. That's why I like them. I think they really are. They cheer up your day if you see one. You know, if you're in the garden and you see a little butterfly flying around. I like that. Let me know if you you like butterflies. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to go on top like that. And then we're going to go back to the hearts again. So now that we've done our template, that will go on like that, won't it? And we can do that inside like that. So we just need some pink. We just need some pink foam. And then we can, actually there's a little bit of scrap. There's a little bit of scrap foam here that you can use, because I don't want to use everything. I don't want to keep reusing more materials unless I have to, you know what I mean. So the only problem with this is, I don't know if you've ever cut craft foam out from a die on your die machine, but so that's a little bit small. Should we come in a bit more so you can see a bit more? So I don't know if you have, but it tends to make marks on it. So I'm not really keen on using the scraps in some ways, because it makes it kind of mottly and marked. So I don't know if you have that problem when you cut out stuff on there. But that's what this is. This is kind of a little bit, yeah, it's mottled a little bit. But I'm just using the scraps because I don't want to, because you know, you can spend so much money on materials. It's not expensive, but in the long run, it can cost quite a lot to, there we go. If you can save it, why not? If you can do it on a smaller piece, why not indeed? Okay, so okay, oh sorry, I'm right off shot there. Really sorry about that. But I was just cutting the hearts out and I'm gonna stick them on to just gonna stick them on here onto my heart. Sorry about that. That's the problem, you see, when you move in, you tend to lose focus on where the center of the where the center of the camera is. So yeah, then you end up moving over. Right, just keep moving that over like that. I'm just looking at the other screen as well. So what I'm going to do here is, because I want my butterfly to fold upwards and I want this to do the same with that, okay, and perhaps be a bit separate if I want it to. I'm just going to put some glue down the middle like that, okay. I'm going to stick that on like that for now, okay, like that, and then I'm going to just put these on top like that. I am keeping an eye on the shot, honestly I am. Okay, so yeah, say hi if you come on, say hi, and I'll say hi back, and yeah, we can establish a little bit of communication. Just a little bit. Right, that's if you want to. I'm not pushing you into it. It's lovely if you, even if you just watch, that's nice as well. It's nice to have viewers that just watch as well. Okay, so just basically, so you can actually push those wings up separately if you want to. Okay, sorry, it's these glue strings. There we are. I don't know if you ever use hot glue, you'll know what I mean. When the glue dries out, you get all these invisible strings. Right, okay, so now we've got that, and we've got this one as well. And I'm not sure if to put the pink ones on, and actually I'm thinking maybe leaving them off. But you could see how they would match really nicely with that one. But maybe I just want them to be a bit more varied, perhaps. Should I stick the pink ones on or not? Should I or shouldn't I? So I showed you how to make those up, and I might actually go ahead and stick some of these on to my bouquet. So let's have a little look and see if I like to have. Thing is, you never know what it's going to look like until you've done it, right? So what I really liked about this bouquet when I made it up was the fact that you've got this lovely felt around the edge, and I really like that. And when you turn this over, I don't know if you can see, but you can still see these wings around the outside, and I don't mind that. I think it looks like the butterflies are just landing on there like that. So I really like that. So we could stick those on, or we could just, so I'm not, because I don't know whether I want them on there or not. Yeah, let's put them on. Okay, so I'm going to just, let's make a decision here. So I'm going to stick this on here. Okay, I'm only going to put a small piece of glue on there. So what I was worried about is you'd be able to see the edge of that, but if they're flying around the edge, does it matter if you can see the edge of them? Not really. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put some around in between, but I'm not going to do it uniform. I'm just going to do it random. So there might be a big gap, and then there might be another one, you know, it depends. So yeah, I could put one perhaps here. So what I'm going to do now is make up a few more and then decide where I'm going to put them on here. Okay. So just do that. So let's do some more big ones. Big ones. I haven't got as much craft foam for the big ones. Shall we do some with the outside white? Let's try some with the outside white and the inside pink. Just, you know, shake it up a bit. Shake it up a bit. Change things a little bit. Okay, so just draw around this, and then so let me know what you're doing this week. That'd be nice. Are you working? Are you just on your lunch break or something like that? Or maybe you don't work, maybe you're retired. Don't know. Who knows? I am in between jobs, so I do a little bit of private care work. So yeah, that's really what I do. But at the moment, yeah, I'm doing a little bit of care work and just muddling along. So that's what I'm doing. So most of my day is spent here at home. Yeah, I do obviously have my friends and that we go out and go to restaurants and stuff like that and that sort of thing. So that's me. Okay, and obviously I love my crafting. So right, so then what we're going to do next is I'm going to do pink inside instead of so this one, where's the other one I had? Oh, the one I stuck on was the other way round, so I'm going to do it this way. So the one I stuck on had a pink on this bit, so I'm going to do pink, the smaller one, like this. And so there we go, like that, and then cut that out. So yeah, the last live I did was a little bit of measuring. There was quite a bit of measuring involved in it, and yeah, and also I'd like to say I'm sorry that I didn't come back sooner because, like I said, there was a little bit of I don't know how to explain it, a little bit of a family emergency, and so I couldn't really come back sooner. So we have missed a live this week. Sorry about that. You know, sometimes you just can't have your heads in the wrong place for certain things, if you know what I mean. So that is a bit far away. I keep having to zoom in and out, but I might have to find a happy medium with this, with these projects. Right, so we've done that. And then what we want to do is a white big heart. So I'm going to use my template. Okay, I'm just going to move that in again. So I'm going to use my template and I'm going to move that over because it normally goes that way, doesn't it? And just draw 2 white hearts out and cut those out. And stick those on. So I'm just doing this just to show you how to make some decorations for your wedding bouquet. Okay, or maybe for something else. So whatever you want to use it for. So just cutting these out like this. Yeah, I think I'm in shot there. Just checking I'm in shot every so often. There we are. So there's nothing more annoying than someone showing you something and you can't see it. No, it's, you know, right, okay, so that's that. And then what we'll do is we'll cut this one out and stick them on. And that's your other butterfly. I love butterflies. Actually haven't done a butterfly wedding bouquet where the butterflies are actually on there. So you could do like a bouquet full of little butterflies. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Gosh, what do you think about that? I love that idea. but it will take a little bit of time to make. So I'm just going to do the same with this one. I'll put some glue down the middle like that, and stick these little hearts on. Stick these little hearts. That. Try not to burn myself, because this glue, if you don't use hot glue, be careful if you just start using it, because it can really burn you. Yeah. I'm going to leave a little gap in between, because I like to fold the wings up, and then they've got a little bit of space to kind of fold upwards. Okay, so you can see how you can get that kind of 3D effect with your butterfly. Okay, there we are. Isn't that lovely? I really like that. There we go. So that's your little butterflies flying around. Flying around. There we are. Look at those. Yeah, I like those. Right, okay, so gonna stick those on a later date. Where are we? Oh, it's only taken about half an hour to do those. Still can't decide whether to put these on or not, these little ones. You could vary it by doing that. So let's do this one and do it with the white background. Okay. So if we just bring that over, that. Yeah, that's it. And then we just draw around that. Cut that one out. Sorry, I can see things are lagging a bit. There we are. So if you have problems watching this live, let me just explain to you that you can always watch it on replay, as long as it processes successfully on my end. So what I would do is, normally what I do is I put the live on the next day. So the next day you'll be able to watch it on replay. And normally I find with lives, if you watch it the next day on replay, there's less interference. Unless of course this is okay, then that's fine. But if it's not, then that's one of the things you could do. Okay, so I'm gonna just draw out some pink hearts on this one. So just showing you different combinations you can do just with a few simple shapes, really. I mean, you can even get some of these shapes off of, you might look at this and think, I can't draw that. But you could probably get some shapes off the internet. I mean, if you had a look, if you looked up, I don't know, heart shapes or something, and look for the images, you could probably print them off and do them like that, do them that way. Or even cut stuff out from magazines and stuff and draw them out as templates. So it's just really looking for the right shape that you want and then using it on your bouquet. So there's lots of ways that you can do this without actually drawing these hearts yourself. So yeah, there really is. So just that one, and then I'm going to cut this one out. Yeah, it's just like a simple, this is just like a simple project that I thought I'd show you, just something simple that you can do to decorate your bouquets. Okay, so just like that and like that. Okay, so I'm going to stick those on exactly the way I did with the other one. So let's take my hot glue and just stick that down like that. And oh, watch out for those glue strings, people. And then just that on there. Let's put a bit of glue on there and then stick that down like that. Okay, so then we've got all of these different combinations of butterflies, okay, that you can put onto your bouquet. Once you've got your templates made up, it's so much easier to make these. It really is. So you just use the same templates all the time. So I didn't use the little one, but that's your templates there. Okay, so you could do what you want with these once you've made them all up. So you could even have just some smaller hearts on there. So I think what I'll do for my bouquet is I'll do lots of different combinations. So you could have like the big butterfly with the little hearts on there. Should we do that? Let's do a couple of different more combinations there that we can make up. So if we use a smaller heart, I've got those already. So if I just draw out another white one here, so I've cut those out. So I'll use them on here. I was going to use them on this other one, but let's use them on here and see how that's going to work. I don't know. Now I'm thinking I'm going to have enough white foam to do this. So I only got 2 sheets. I should have got more really. Yeah. So anyway, that's just me thinking about materials and how much I've got and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Right. So yeah, I am actually working my way to selling some of these bouquets that I've made, and what I'm doing is just setting up shop at the moment. Okay, but if you're interested in anything, let me know, and I'll do what I can to help you out, because these things are basically made to order. So if you see anything on my Ko-fi profile, the link is down in the description. You might want to have just, you might think, oh, well, I fancy, maybe getting that for my wedding day or whatever. Then just let me know. You can message me on my website. The link's below, or you can message me on Ko-fi, directly on Ko-fi. Yeah, so it's really up to you. If you feel like, you don't have to, no obligations to do anything. Okay, just letting you know what the options are. If you're watching and thinking, well, I really like this person and I'd like to maybe contribute to some of the materials she is buying to make her projects, then you can also head down to Ko-fi again. I'm going to see if I get 2 hearts on here. I don't know, let's have a go. I'm just kind of doing this as I go along with how it's going to look. Just experimenting with how I can make this look. Yeah, so on Ko-fi I have a little page, and I set a little link up. So if you wanted to donate to this channel, you're welcome to, and then I'll buy the materials needed for the next project, and I can let you know what they are on these videos and lives. Okay, when we meet the target. So if you have a look on there, you'll be able to see what target we're looking at as well. Okay, so sorry, you don't have to do that. I'm just letting you know what's there, what sort of things I've set up other than this channel, just in case you want to have a look. You might want to have a look at some other designs that I've done, some other pictures of other bouquets that I've made without watching the videos, and that's how you can do it, just by hopping onto Ko-fi or having a look at my website. Okay, there we are. So just cutting these out. Just message me if you're interested, or if any questions, just put them down below. Questions about anything? Right, okay, so that, I think that's quite cute. I think that's quite cute. I quite like that. Let me know what you think. I think I'm going to actually glue that on. I like that. I think that works quite well. So I'm going to use my glue gun and I'm just going to stick those on where I want them to be. And you can, I always find that if you position these things on, then you know what they're going to look like, rather than just going and just doing it and then you're like, oh no, I shouldn't have done it that way or whatever, you know. So yeah. Right, okay, so just gluing those on. Oh, glue strings again. It's the only thing with using the hot glue gun, it just tends to the glue just plays mischief with you, doesn't it? Just right, just gluing those on. I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you what I know. Try not to burn myself in the process because this is quite fiddly. Okay, so I think that looks quite cute. Yeah, that will look like quite nice, I think, on there. So we've got lots of different ways of making these, little different combinations of making these lovely butterflies. Yeah, so there we are. So that's okay. That's the other ones that I've made up. Okay, and they were going on the edge of the bouquet. There we are. So let's zoom out and I'll show you what while we're doing this. Part of the reason is because I wanted to make some more for this bouquet. Okay, so I've done some here. I was just showing you how I made those because I said I would in the video, and just gluing them to the edge. Just started to, I just glued this one on. Okay, I think I might put some smaller ones in between there because they look a bit like there's going to not be enough room for the bigger ones. So it's a little bit random how I'm going to be adding these on. I'll put this one on here. I'm not going to worry too much about them being, I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue on like that, and I'm not going to worry too much about these being particularly orderly, if you know what I mean. So yeah, like that. Okay, the smaller ones can go in the smaller gaps. Okay, so we might put one there. I know it's hard for you to see because I've put the handle on this bouquet, but if you would like me to come back and show you this, I can hold it up and show it to you in the video. So yeah, I don't mind the fact that they are touching. I don't mind that. I think that's quite nice. So if I hold it like that, you can perhaps see around the edge here the wings on here, which is fine, and then turn it over, you can, and it's kind of, what I really like about this colour is see what I mean, it kind of matches the material, which was the idea. So I don't know about this, see what I mean about this foam, it's because it's been through the die cutting machine, it is a bit mottly, more mottly than the stuff that I've just bought, so it's kind of given it a funny effect. That worked, so that does work. And these were cut from foam as well, these butterflies here on my die cutting machine, these ones here. Okay, so I think I'm going to go now. Okay, so if you did like this project, if you liked seeing these butterflies being made, let me know. That'd be nice to know what you thought. I think I'll lift that up, I've set that on. If you did enjoy this, there's other videos you can have a look at and other lives. And the next project, like I said, I'm going to be doing is going to be a fold down. And I can actually probably show you a little bit of a glimpse of that now, actually. Let's just show you that. This is the next project I'm doing for the next video, which is going to be a fold down heart-shaped wedding bouquet. Okay. And the idea with this is you can actually put this into your bag when you go to your wedding. So if you're having a wedding abroad or something like that, where you need to travel and travel to your wedding day, and you want something that's easy to pack down and looks really good, then you can have a look at this video. I've got others as well in my playlist, different ones, different concepts on this. I just started to do these this series, so you can just fold it down, okay, and there'll be a little handle on the back as well. And if I can show you, this one is one that I made on a video, and the handle on here is going to be the same. So this is a prototype that I'm showing you here. So the handle is going to be like very similar to this, okay, on the back. So you can fold it right down if you want to. It's like a travelling bouquet, basically. And this one, I just want to show you with this. This is totally different to what I'm going to do in the next video, but it's like a series or a playlist of different ones. So this one you can actually open right out and pull your bouquet down like this, okay. So if I just turn that round, you can see what that looks like, and your hand will go in. If you're holding that, your hand will go in like this, okay, and that's what that will look like. And you can put your bride and groom's initials in there, or maybe a little wedding date or something on there. So that's just one of the things that I've created on my videos, if you want to have a look back at that. Just some little examples of the sort of things that I've been creating here on my channel, okay. So yeah, that heart-shaped one that I'm doing now, I revisited that project, so you just put that back in there. I revisited this heart-shaped one because I made a heart-shaped wedding bouquet for my wedding. That's where the channel started. And if you have a look, you'll be able to see there's another lot of videos that were at the very beginning of my YouTube channel, where I actually did do this bouquet when I first started doing my YouTube channel, and it's done differently. So I thought I'd revisit it because it's very special to me, because I made this heart-shaped wedding bouquet for my wedding day, okay. So if you do actually, I know I keep telling you about information and I hope you don't get bogged down with it, but if you do actually make something that is inspired from my channel, you can also go on to Facebook, where I've set up a little group on there, a little group where you can actually share your makes, okay. So that would be lovely if I could see what you've made. So if you want to share it with me, have a look on the link in the description, and you will be able to share your makes with me and with others that join the group, okay. All right then, so I'm going to be off now. I hope you have a lovely week and that you've got nice weather like we have here in the UK for a change. It's just been raining and horrible. It's just been really horrible. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely rest of your week and a wonderful weekend as well. So yeah, if you like this live, you can always just click the like button below, and if you want to, you can subscribe to my channel. That will help it to grow, and also you'll get more videos and lives just like this one. And yeah, leave me a little comment, let me know what you thought about this live. And I will be putting this live on tomorrow, okay? So you can watch it on replay as well. Okay, so take care everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Okay then, bye bye for now.